crying wolf that, oh, people are suffering. But in any case, if he's worried, I will sympathize with him. But let me take his worry, because he has to open his mind and see what is happening to Ghana, the positive things that are happening, okay? Because governance is not about coming to meet problems, you solve them and you fold your arms. Governance is about day-to-day life challenges that come, and you being smart enough to come out with initiatives that will solve the problem, that give people hope. That is exactly what this government is trying to do. That we are trying to, cross the corner. We are getting there. Because if you analyze what we went through, okay, and now how things are moving, you could see hope ahead of you, okay? Because economy, that in a way went to about 54% inflation rate, and now we are hovering around 42. You don't say that the economy is not improving, okay? When we have currency stability, the cedi is stabilized now, though, it nearly went to about 15 cedis to $1. But now we're talking about between 10 and 11 cedis, which in a way also should give us hope. Yes. Then you're looking at GDP growth. That in a way, about 2 years ago or last year was hovering around 1 point something. And now we are around 4.2. So if that one will not give you hope, then I don't know why you live, why you are existing in this world. Because, it's about looking into the future and also identifying with the positive things that are happening. Yes, the government recognizes that we are not out of the woods yet. There are still challenges that government is trying to come out with positive initiatives that will give Ghanaians hope. Okay, so we should be hopeful. Okay, because my brother, as he sits down and in a way, he's doing very well. He's doing very well. So if in this state,
are you seeing it from his hair? How do you know he's doing well?
Surprised. If it is in this, but Kaf, seriously speaking, if you don't have hope and you are not doing well, this morning you put in the, a 3-piece suit.
After here, I'm going straight to the court, and so this is
what is he going to? What is he going to do? At least you've got something doing, right?
I'm going to do pro bono. I'm going to do
not pro bono. Are you doing? That's not pro bono. Then, if you are doing pro bono, God has been gracious to you because you have what you can eat. Anybody who puts himself to go and do pro bono, it means that there's some grace somewhere that's keeping you alive.
All right, guys, gentlemen, thank you very much for your opening thoughts. William and Gideon right here on GTV Breakfast. We'd love to hear from you. So our number is 055 556 1034. It's 7:52 in Ghana. I wonder what the time is in the UK. We'll find out pretty soon because we're going now to speak with Mr. Kwame Prepra, who is one of the many Ghanaians who attempted to drive from Accra all the way to London. They've been in the news for a couple of days right now, and they've touched down in the United Kingdom. Kwame, good morning. Welcome to #GTV Breakfast. How does it feel to have reached the end of your journey?
Fantastic. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear you.
Kwame, can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning, I can hear you.
Excellent. This is Kafui on GTV Breakfast. And I'm assuming that you have touched down in the United Kingdom. Where exactly are you right now?
We got in yesterday. We touched down in Kent. We are still in Kent. We haven't moved yet this morning. We are so tired. We are all resting. But it's been great. And the reception by the Ghanaian community was fantastic. Ghanaians can show love.
Awesome. Just give us a sense of where exactly was the start point in Ghana, and how many kilometers have you covered from Accra to Kent?
Okay, we started from our project site. It's a property, residential property unit we have called Bay. We started from the Saturday around 9:30 through Ebri, Kumasi, Sunyani, and then the rest, everybody knows. So we did about 10,000 to 10,300 kilometers to Kent. They drove us to Ashford in Kent. And the reception was amazing.
Awesome. Just give us a list of the countries you drove through. From Ghana, where was your first country? And then just list the countries that you drove through.
Okay, so we exited Ghana from Gonokrum in the Brong-Ahafo into Ivory Coast, through Mali, and then we went to Senegal. From Senegal, we went through Mauritania, through Morocco, and then entered Europe from Spain. From Spain, we went through Italy, France, Monaco, and exited at Calais into Dover. And the Ghanaian community hosted us for our first night in Kent, and we're still here.
Congratulations, Kwame. What was for you the most hair-raising part of this journey, where you thought, Charlie, why am I here?
Okay, so as for why am I here, we never felt like we had made a mistake. We always knew the journey was the destination, so we were always excited. Our difficult bits were at some border crossings were a little here and there. You know how sometimes, unfortunately, Africans can be quite hostile to their fellow Africans, but that's all part of the experience. We had some issues at some border crossings, but aside that, the entire journey was one fantastic experience. We were tired, sometimes almost dozing behind your steering wheel, a few near misses, but generally it was fantastic. It's an experience, and it doesn't always come smoothly. There are highs and some lows, but we are here, and we hope to use that opportunity to shine some light on one of the causes we are trying to promote. Forgive me, I'm quite still fatigued. So
no, I understand. So I'll make this quite brief. No worries. Yes, so that leads me to the question: why are you doing this? What do you tell the ordinary Ghanaian who thinks, why didn't you just fly? I mean, why are you doing this? Why did you guys decide to drive from Accra to London?
Flying to London is nothing new. Everybody does it all the time. Driving to London appeared challenging, and it was like, as Kwabena Piper, my brother, would say, why not? Let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We'll be turned back, or whatever can come. So we just decided, look, let's do it. Along the line, this could probably help us shine some light on certain things and bring to the fore certain discussions. And we chose to support rural digitization through education. And we said, okay, let's do it. So we set off one Saturday morning. And I mean, we were going, whatever was going to happen, we were ready for it. I mean, the worst that would happen was that we'll be returned at some point. And we just shipped the cars from that particular location and fly back home. But fortunately, everything went smoothly and we touched down. And now everybody has said about this, and we hope as they hear about this, they would contribute to the causes we are putting out there.
Awesome. So this, just to recap, this journey started last Saturday and ended yesterday, Sunday, correct?
2 weeks Saturday.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. Okay.
We've been on, yes, today is the 17th actually.
Wow.
So it was Saturday the 22nd that we set off from Oyarifa. The Blay at Oyarifa, it's a residential property. Like around 9:30, 9:45 thereabouts. So we set off from there through the Ebri Mountains into Sawem Kumasi. Slept in Sunyani at Usbet Hotel. Yes. Where we got some fantastic Kobe pizza.
Always good. Nice. So tell me, what surprised you about this journey, Kwame?
The sheer beautiful continent we live on. And sometimes we're a little sad that we haven't utilized what God has given us as Africans properly. But I think we are still on a path to get there. But the African continent is beautiful. Sometimes you're a little surprised about the fact that Africans are not as properly integrated as we should be sometimes. But it's all part of the experience, and we take it in stride.
Kwame, now we know there are some conflicts in some parts of Africa. How did you skirt around these people who are fighting? Because they will not understand that you're driving to London, man. Who are you guys, man?
Yeah. So we actually chose not to bear directly straight up north through Burkina Faso, Mali, in that direction, because that ideally would have been shorter. We skirted the conflict zones. We skirted the conflict zones in Mali, even though there were some hair-raising bits sometimes, because the attacks could actually come from nowhere. I mean, you could just wake up one day and hear they had just attacked some people. But we were lucky; we got some very good help from some of the Ghanaian consuls abroad. They helped us with where to be, where not to be. So typically, we on asphalted roads, skirted most of the conflict zones. We didn't go through Niger. Even in Mali, we went through the safer zones and exited into Senegal. So
you kind of avoided them. But I understand that you had some problems somewhere in Mauritania or Mali. Just give us an example of what happened.
Was at the border in Mauritania. Okay. And unfortunately, we are putting Mauritania border at the Roseau crossing on the spot, because the research conducted before this travel indicated Mauritania could be a problem area with the authorities. So we were quite prepared, but unfortunately at the border crossing, it wasn't so easy. There was so much extortion, so much stress. And I mean, a fellow African crossing, your country should have been more welcome and more assisted. We didn't get that, and the stresses were just too much. At some point, we actually detained for a traffic infraction, and we accept that we for according to your laws, we infracted. So fine, give us a fine to pay. And they stressed us for over 7 hours. Oh. By the time we were leaving the border post, it was around 6 or 7 p.m. And it was too stressful. We are shining the spotlight because sometimes when you get such a big space, you use it to help right some wrongs.
Right.
And there are lots of people who've gone through that particular crossing who've been harassed, and they never got the space, this opportunity we have to focus on it, so that somebody somewhere sitting high up could just say, hey, guys, you can't continue doing this. The Roseau crossing was our most stressful point.
And we're glad you made it. How many vehicles were in this convoy? And how fast were you going?
Okay, our convoy was made up of 4 core cars going to the UK. We had a colleague tag along who was going to Europe, so he joined and stayed in Europe. So we left Ghana with 5 cars, but we were going to London with 4 cars.
Okay. Curious minds want to know how much. If you tot everything up on your calculator, how much has this trip cost you?
I have to. That frankly, we haven't costed, because, for example, you would budget some funds for something. You get to a particular crossing, then you end up spending about $3,000, not per person, by the way, for the entire group, where we shouldn't have been paying probably even a quarter of that. So we have to sit down and put the budget together, but it's quite a bit of money. I mean, per person, okay. And it also depends on how you ride. If you're riding solo in one vehicle, way in excess of about $10,000. But when you do 2 or 3 people in the vehicle, then per person, the expenditure drops, but in excess of 10,000.
Okay, so there's a conversation around how come Ghanaian companies didn't jump on this and sponsor, to put their name out there to get this global publicity. Have you had those conversations, and what are your feelings around those sponsorship conversations?
Such a shame that we couldn't bring along some Ghanaian brands to showcase our beautiful country and our beautiful products and services. Unfortunately, I guess I don't want to go too much into the details, because at this point, it's completely after the fact. So we rather should look at what can be done going forward, because I would have loved to see some Ghanaian brands in the UK having come along with this trip. I would have loved to see something from Ghana, probably even left at the High Commission in the UK as an artifact for forever. But it's never too late. We have other trips coming up. We hope this helps people to take us seriously, and as we go forward, next time people will jump on board, because we need to sell Ghana. I mean, one of the problems we are having with our economy is exchange rates, and it's simply because we are not selling as much as we are importing. So when we go on a road trip like this, we can take Ghana out there and sell Ghana and bring in foreign exchange, bring in much more, so that we can balance our trade. Because if we are always importing and never exporting, we need to export Ghana. And we personally, as we are here, I'm a developer. I sell houses. I'm going to try and sell my houses to the Ghanaian community, even expatriates who work in Ghana, try and sell them so that we get funds flowing into Ghana.
Awesome.
And next time we would hope that Ghanaian brands will come along. We sell them where we go, and then it brings in foreign exchange.
Is it that we are risk averse? We want to play safe. Hey, Charlie, what will happen if my brand goes and something happens and then my brand is tarnished? Is that a feeling you got?
I think people didn't take it seriously. Probably people didn't know us and how dedicated and committed we are, because when I give you my word, I stand by my word. Me personally, those who know me know that. Those who know Kwabena, my brother, those who know Kwedu Saka, Franklin Peters of Inket. I mean, when you say we're going to do something, we do. We deliver.
You know, we talk keke.
No, we know they talk keke. We did do.
One time.
We say we did come. We
you
go
do
come.
ourselves.
You
do. Listen, let's quickly. I'm curious, what is the quality of the roads you drove? Where did you find the most roads? Ivory Coast, Mali, Senegal, Mauritania, Spain, Italy. Okay, let's put the Spain guys aside. Or were there bad roads in Spain? I don't know.
Oh no, no bad roads in Spain. No bad roads in Spain at all. The roads. So the country with the best roads so far, I would say, was Senegal. Charlie, serious.
For real?
Senegal roads, I'm telling you. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with Senegal. Senegalese roads were the best. Ivory Coast had very good. Okay, so I'm restricting this to ECOWAS for now.
Of course, yes.
Senegalese roads were the best, followed by Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, and Mali had majority of their roads were okay, but about 20 to 30% of the roads we used in Mali were quite poor. Also because Mali is a very large country, and probably getting all their roads is not going to be that easy. So Mali, we had some really bad stretches. But beyond that, everything's okay. As for Ghana, we all know Ghana. Going from Accra to Kumasi, we all know what it is.
Who had the friendliest people?
How difficult it is.
Who are the friendliest people? Where did you get the friendliest
people? Interestingly, so Senegal, once again, was one of the friendliest countries. Morocco, surprisingly, was very, very, very friendly. I'm sure you've heard of the dispatch rider who stopped us in traffic and who met us at a traffic light and said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Ghana." He said, "Abedi Pele, turn us the siren and give us an escort."
One time.
just the name Ghana, he just remembered Abedi Pele, and that was that. The guy was so excited, just started his siren and gave us an escort to the port city.
Awesome. You know, a lot of people think about Africa and wild animals. Did you see any wild animals on your way?
I saw a big snake.
I hope you drove over it.
A big snake crossing the point.
You didn't over it?
No. We avoided it. They are also part of the ecosystem. We need to let them be. But typically, we also didn't. So a lot of people also think we went through the jungles or went through the desert.
Yeah.
No. We drove on asphalted roads. We drove on main highways. Some main highways went through deserts. Charlie, between Mauritania and Morocco, we have this stretch where we had such high winds. You were always being pushed, crosswinds, and about 40 or so kilometers per hour, trying to push the vehicles off the road. And It was sandy. When you got out of the vehicle, you were peppered with fine sand. all the vehicles have had the paint in front of them stripped off completely.
Wow.
It was later that we realized the locals actually put a paste in front of their vehicles when they are backing on these journeys or these highways, because it's just fine sandblasting. The entire front of the car is stripped off. Maybe one of these, maybe when we come back with the vehicles, maybe we can decide not to keep these personal vehicles and probably put them as pieces for exhibition for people to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe,
that would be great, and that also give an opportunity for vehicle people to give you vehicles for the next trip. Abi.
And coming in,
it be so.
I mean, the Land Cruiser 300 is a very nice car. Toyota Ghana, if you are hearing me, the Land Cruiser 300.
Hit. What was the most common? Go ahead.
Basically, we could exchange our Land Cruiser 200. We could give it to Toyota Ghana. They would now put it in the Ghana Museum, and they would give us a Land Cruiser 300 in exchange. Then everybody would be very, very happy.
I like the move, man. I like the move. Listen, what was the most common mechanical fault you had with your vehicles, or mechanical problems that you had? Your supplies? I mean, I don't know. What was the most common problem for you?
The only challenge we actually had was with our brake pads. Okay, so it wasn't a challenge. I mean, basically, brake pads are a service component. You replace them. Because of the sections in Mali, so the intel made us quite unseen, or quite a bit worried in Mali. So we're doing quite high speeds. And in the regions where the roads were poor, you would accelerate top speed. Forgive me, but I don't want to put our maximum speeds out there, but they were really high. We were doing very high speed.
150.
Oh.
It's a
150. They say
well, I have an idea now.
You do real high speed, and then you would have to brake really hard. That took a toll on our brake pads. Okay. So at some point, we had to replace the brake pads. I'm a mechanic as a hobby, so I can service any vehicle. So we changed our brake pads. That was the only issue. At some point, we had a little issue with the bad road that then some because it was a fixed. It's basically, we didn't experience anything beyond if you were going to Kumasi and had a flat tire. Fortunately, no one had a flat tire. We didn't have a flat tire.
Okay.
Only brake pads. We replaced our brake pads. When we got to Dakar, we did an inspection. All the cars were fine. We've had lots of windscreen cracks that we experienced. One of the vehicles that didn't actually come to the UK got his windscreen completely broken, so had to be replaced in Morocco. It was completely shattered. That's the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Got his windscreen completely shattered. We replaced it. But those are all, they are not faults. They are part of experiences when you're on the road. A stone from the lead car, GQ1000, actually hits the Mercedes windscreen. All the windscreens are broken. The Lexus had his windscreen broken, but it's not so bad you couldn't drive. The Raptor got his windscreen broken as well. I think even the second Land Cruiser got it. The lead car, the GQ1000, also got its windscreen broken actually. But it's all drivable. So we are here in the UK. We are bringing the cars back to Ghana as they are, and we'll see. Toyota, if you are hearing me.
Awesome. Before you go, though, let's talk a little bit about the only lady on the expedition, Anefwa Sewa Eduse. Ladies are curious. What was she doing? What was her role in this particular thing? Or was it just a free spirit and an adventurous person like you?
She's a free spirit. She's an adventurer. She's a biker as well, and she loves cars. And she was quite happy to do the things like a tomboy. Forgive me, Nana, for calling her a tomboy, but she was quite a guy's guy. I mean, she helped balance the dynamics because it was exciting having on board. She was just like another guy with us, and we would love to have her on further road trips.
Was she driving or she was Kopi?
She was Kopi.
Okay.
She was Kopi. Yeah.
All right. People are curious about the whole visa acquisition process because you went through almost 10 countries. In the planning, how did you get about all of this? You're just curious. They want to know how you did it.
So the two major visas that are difficult to acquire, not difficult to acquire, but not the ones that are not as simple to acquire would be the Schengen visa and the UK visa. Because you need the Schengen to cross into Spain, you need the UK to cross from Calais into Dover. So those are the two major ones. From Ghana to Senegal, it's ECOWAS, so there's no visa required. It's you just show an ID, passport or other ID, and you cross the border. It's easy, but we wish it were easier because it was more difficult crossing borders in ECOWAS zone than it was to cross from Morocco into Spain.
Did you have your Ghana card with you? Did you have your Ghana card with you?
Yes. Okay, so your passport doesn't have so many pages. You don't want to just put every Côte d'Ivoire, 2 stamps, entry, exit, Mali, 2 stamps, entry, exit. So using the Ghana card was easier, so that you don't just fill up your passport with so many stamps in a zone where you practically should walk across. Because in Europe, driving from Spain to the northern tip of France, we just use our passports once at the entry and once at the exit. So we hope ECOWAS are listening. The free movement of goods and services to be made free. I mean, they are still little hiccups here and there. Not difficult, but what I'm trying to say is you can drive straight through the European Union. At some point, when you get to the border, it should be some 5 minutes to show your ID, and they just wave you through or something. But it's not so. It's just a little more procedure and documentation before you go through. So the ECOWAS zone, no visas. Going into Mauritania is visa on arrival at the port. Mauritanian authorities need to look at that because there is some element of extortion there, and it's not comfortable for. So we are seasoned travelers. We are people who understand what these things are, and we are willing to. But I'm looking at my mom, for example. She was a trader, and she was crossing the border to go and bring in goods and services. So the stress we went through. I wouldn't wish that on my mother or anybody's mother if she were a trader. And we want people to pay attention and make it easier to cross, because I don't know why as an African I should struggle to cross into another African country. When I got from, I was leaving mainland African continent into Europe, it was a breeze, nothing, no stress, nothing. So Mauritania, you need a visa on arrival. Morocco, you need to get a visa. It helps if you get an e-visa, which is applied online. But to apply for an e-visa online, you need to have a visa from the US, from the Schengen area, or from the UK.
Right.
So if you have that, you can apply for a visa. And trust me, Morocco, entering Morocco was such a breeze. Not a single dollar was taken from us. Nice. Either in official fees or extortion fees, nothing. We didn't pay $1 at any port in Morocco. They even scanned the cars with the X-ray machines. No fee. You just go counter to counter to counter, as it should be.
Nice.
And then we were off.
Awesome. People are curious. I mean, what was the crossing like from Morocco into Spain? How long did that take?
Nothing. You just get to a counter, look at your passport, check your visa, stamp it, okay, wave you on. Inspection of the vehicle was done quickly, wave you on, and you're done. Okay, get on board the ferry, quick, move the queue along, next person come through. That's it.
Were you thinking about how other Africans have also attempted this crossing, but in other more perilous conditions, crossing from Africa to Europe?
Yeah, it's sad that our fellow Africans have to go through so much. I mean, migrants having to go through. We encountered some ladies. My brother Kwabena wrote about it in one of his posts. They were kind of stranded in Morocco. You know, people get misled by greener pastures and abroad, and they are way led to halfway and then abandoned. So we have some people, and over the years I've encountered lots of people, young ladies especially, being promised very lucrative jobs in Asia and Europe, and human traffickers take their money, halfway along the line, abandon them, and they are left to their fate.
Yeah. Kwame, I know you're so tired. I'm going to wrap this up in 2 minutes. Curious now, what happens to the vehicles, Charlie? What they go on with the cars?
They ship them come Ghana.
One time.
They are personal vehicles. We are coming to Ghana. When we come to Ghana, every conversation is open. Like I keep saying, Toyota Ghana, Land Cruiser, 200, GQ 1000. Mobile Beji, no more than 300.
You are specific.
Nanaso Bekaso Bejino, this museum, now 300, and also.
Why not, man? Why not? Going forward, when's the next trip? I heard a little bird told me Cape Town. Is that correct? Accra to Cape Town?
Yes, Cape Town is coming up.
Okay.
Cape Town is coming up.
In terms of distance, how long is that?
So, frankly, I haven't looked at it. I think it's about, what was it? Oh, forgive me.
No.
I haven't looked at the details.
Yeah,
Cape Town. I mean, we want to settle down and,
Yes.
and look at it carefully. But Cape Town is coming up
right.
through Nigeria, Cameroon. We are hoping the African experience will improve going forward with all the spotlight being shed on cross-border crossings. We hope. We're hoping the route, that route will be clearer.
All right, nice one. When do we expect you back home?
Various members are flying out variously. We are arriving anytime from next week into the next 5 to 10 to about 14 days. We would all be back in Accra. I think the last group will be back by the 20th or so.
I hear London fufu is good. It be pan. You chop some already?
What have I? No, yesterday I didn't eat fufu. Yesterday I actually ate jollof. I ate jollof, Ghana jollof.
Thank you.
Ghana jollof. Yes. But I'm hoping the fufu is ready because I'm ably prepared.
What time?
With my accompaniment.
So, I wonder what the accompaniment is. But thank you so much, Kwame Prepra, one of the Ghanaians who made that 10,000 kilometer trip from Accra all the way to London. You're watching GTV Breakfast. My name is Kafui Day, and you got it right here on the nation's finest. So, gentlemen, what did you think about that? William, I think the Ministry for Communication and Digitalization should jump onto this next time.
I think it's
as Ghana Card was going through the system. Yeah,
it's an adventure that maybe we live on.
Yeah,
for everybody because. I was just reflecting our traveling life, even within Ghana.
Yes.
Even in Accra, there are friends that when you tell them that you live in Kwabena, they will ask you, where is Kwabena?
Exactly.
The person stays in Ghana, Accra.
So people can live in Tema their whole life and never stay.
I think when we were on campus, there was one of our mates, he had lived all his life around Accra New Town, and he went to Accra. When he came to Legon, he didn't know Achimota.
Wow.
When I asked him, I had a conversation with him sometime, and he told him like he had never stepped
at
Achimota because he didn't have anything doing. So I think this one should challenge all Ghanaians. We should, even the domestic, tourism that they are trying to promote.
Yes.
We should, I think, hang on to it, explore other regions.
Indeed.
People will stay through their lifestyle in Accra. Will not even people don't even know Kumasi.
No, it's true.
Some don't know Cape Coast. Even Tema.
Tamale.
No, even Tema.
Tamale is like a new country for them.
A country. When you mention some towns in Ghana, Ghanaians will ask you, where is it? So I think this is something that should challenge all of us.
So we should bring it down to the local level as well.
Local level, because this one is an adventure that I'm seriously.
Yeah.
So yesterday my wife asked me, so these guys, how much did they spend?
I asked the question.
Yes, on this trip. A lot of questions. Oh, it's an adventure. If I had my way, I would also, because who want to eat and explore other areas? Because when you are traveling, you're always on air and you don't know exactly what's happening on the ground.
Yeah.
But this is something that at least will live on with them.
Do you think it was a missed opportunity for Ghanaian companies to associate with it?
I tell you, because when I heard that, I heard a story that they approached Kantanka to use one of their vehicles. And something happened, they didn't succeed.
I think I spoke to the general manager, and he said they approached them a bit late. But let's put that aside.
Okay, So I think it's something that they should have actually taken advantage of to showcase what they have. Okay. But what they are, it's
they flew the flag of Ghana.
I tell you.
Yeah. Gideon, This is good news.
Yes. You know, it's
When
clearly.
you're doing all your analysis about the Ghana economy,
yes,
you didn't
I
forget
first
this one.
saw that
Okay.
on BBC.
Okay,
That
it's
was
global
on
publicity.
few days. That was when they were in Monaco. And I just told myself that clearly nothing is impossible
Exactly.
in this world. Once you just make up your mind that you want to do it, you can do it.
Get the resources.
And that's the thing. And so they have done. BBC themselves, the host was so surprised because I think Kwame Peprah, he's lost weight. Because on BBC he looked a bit, he had gained weight, so I could see that. So I was a bit confused. Like, this is a gentleman that you have maybe on BBC. He had some weight, and now of course, but it's expected.
Yeah.
2 weeks. I mean, but I am actually impressed. You see, they say that travel and see. This road expedition should have been, patronized by, sponsors. I am sure that they actually approach some, institutions, but so Ghanaians, we have some mentality. How is it possible? I mean, 10,000 kilometers, you alone, you want to leave? Definitely, I'm sure they have some resistance. And what are you talking about? I mean, of course. I'll not be surprised that somebody to say, you mean you are leaving Accra to London? How is it possible?
Why
the
Django,
all those things. Like, hey, why are you passing? Are you sure? Are you safe? Are you sure you will not be attacked and all that?
But they planned it, as you
you could see that they planned it for a couple of months before starting that journey. And I'm sure that they've been to these countries before coming up with a plan that this time we are crossing all the way to land. And you see, I'm sure right now those who the doom, those who are declaring doom and gloom will be like, oh wow, these guys they are now in London, 10,000 kilometers. They are there. I mean, not even. I'm sure when BBC even interviewed them at Monaco, I'm sure that those who watched BBC or saw the video would have been very, very surprised.
Exactly.
Even the institutions who maybe they approached for sponsorship and failed. Will say, wow.
We'll think twice.
I mean, hey, this one we should have,
jumped on.
because right now this, even the next time it happens, it will not be that surprising.
Exactly.
Because I mean, this is it. This particular expedition should have been there, because now anybody that goes
maybe the next time they'll drive to China.
Oh yeah, and the point is that you see, exactly, but it will know, but this is history.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. They've made history from Accra
to London.
It's history.
You know when Kagdi,
Yes. The Walker.
yes, Walker, he started his walking expedition at that period. People were asking questions. Are you mad? Are you crazy that you want to walk to the north? Okay. But in a way, it's become part of our history.
Yeah.
And like what Gideon said, it should tell you in your life that nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
If you are committed and you put, you focus, you will be able to accomplish and achieve a lot. Unless you just say, as that impossibility
thinking.
Thinking.
So nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
Yes,
And let's not forget that there was a cause behind this. They were raising awareness and for rural digitalization.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
big deal.
and the purpose of the road expedition was to raise funds for for some of their projects in the rural
Yes,
areas.
yes. So that's
And you know what he said? The relevance of the Ghana card has come to, it's now telling Ghanaians.
Yes. That you can use it as a travel
You
document.
can use a travel document and it's something that...
Yeah, because it's an ECOWAS card, really.
Yes.
The Ghana card is essentially an
Yes.
ECOWAS card.
So it's something that we should also applaud. And those who are first said that, it was not necessary, they didn't want to register. Now, this is the time.
I think next time, Ministry of Communication, the people around Ghana card, they should put some money into
I'm expecting Ministry of Communication,
And digitalization.
Minister for digitalization,
National all the agencies.
should come and
NIA.
assist, support
Yeah.
or come out with some briefing or some communique.
Unfortunately, you are happy.
No. Well, no. But the point is that
when NDC,
but
when
Ghana
NDC
card,
issued
but
a statement
Ghana
that
card,
their members should not register.
no, but Ghana card did not start with you under this government.
Oh, it
didn't start
started with Kufuor.
No, but so he didn't start. No, you see, he didn't start.
maybe no politicize this trip.
So
Listen.
we are not saying that it didn't start under Akufo, but it didn't start under the Akufo.
But they took it to a new level.
So it's a continue. Government is a continue.
Okay.
So for 8 years, did you complete it?
No, but governance is a continuum.
But did you do something about it?
Must it be completed within 8 years?
No.
You can come and continue.
You inherited it from Kufuor. Listen,
no, come on.
You inherited it from Kufuor.
Why didn't Kufuor? Why didn't Kufuor complete it?
Kufuor, when did he start?
So tell us that when we were also in government, we
start?
also continued, right? And when you came,
For
you
8 years.
completed.
For 8 years, you did nothing about the national card. For 8 years.
No, but no. For 8 years.
Yes.
We continued from where President Kufuor started.
I'm
And you
asking you.
completed.
Listen, I'm coming.
No, but you see, you
Gideon,
cannot take
don't
credit.
be
for-
emotional.
Bottom line, we have a Ghana card.
There
Which
must
is
be a beginning.
Don't
You
be
didn't
don't
begin
be
it.
emotional.
No,
Don't be
I'm not
emotional.
emotional at all. I can't
Let me
be
tell you.
emotional. This is just
During
an
NDC's
discussion.
period, okay, they appointed 2 executive secretaries for Ghana card for an NIA. Dr. Ahaji, who is my friend and neighbor, was there, and they brought one guy from the US to come and continue. Okay, nothing happened. No single person got his card issued.
Must you
So
get
when-
your card issued
I'm coming,
so
I'm
that you
coming.
completed?
Yo.
Really? There are systems. No, my brother, what are you saying? President Kufuor started. The NDC continued. You have
Continued
completed.
with what?
You must understand.
Continued with
With the
what?
systems and structures.
What system? What system?
When you came, you only came to issue.
It's not true.
You only came to issue.
It's not
that
true.
office. NIA, are you the ones who built it?
It's not true.
No, are you? Is it Akufo-Addo that built the office? No. So there were structures put in place, and when you came to issue card.
all right.
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
there. We are prepared that you are come to talk, and you are here talking about. You must acknowledge where the thing germinated from.
But I'm
How
happy.
it got there.
I'm happy
Just
that
like- no, just
I'm
like-
happy
just
that
like the
they
road
are applauding
just like
it
the
that
road- no.
now we have the ID card, which is actually doing something good for us.
We did not
Okay.
put on the Ghana card. We said that, of course.
Did you issue a statement that your members should not register?
We issued a statement because there were some potholes in it
Ah.
that showed that you were not putting things right in terms of the chop. NIA
What
and
chop?
how
What chop?
and how
What do you mean by chop
of
chop?
course. Were you not engaging in some financial malfeasance in terms of the issue of Ghana card? And that's how come the NDC raised alarm on it.
Where is your
of course,
evidence?
where's my evidence? It's in the media. Are we not here? Are we not here?
Oh,
on
Gideon,
the media
Gideon,
platform?
you are a
When
lawyer.
talk about media.
You are
have your phone, you can check.
a lawyer.
No,
Listen.
I'm a lawyer.
Listen,
I
I'm
can
coming.
check it.
You are going to
Go
court
Google.
from
You
here.
see it here.
I'm coming.
Should I Google for you? I'll Google and show
You
you.
are going to
The-
court
no,
from here.
the rots-
You are going
the
there
rots-
with
the
evidence,
rots-
not
the
just
rots-
go and talk
no,
and
the
do
rots in
propaganda,
the-
please.
My source is in the media.
Okay.
No, my source is the media.
Let's
You can look at it.
bring the
You
volume
can
down.
see it.
Yeah.
Gideon and
Now,
William. Thank you. No, you've
We are
beaten a lot of this cake.
Exactly.
Thank you
So, I mean, it's evident. You can
very
see it.
much. I want to
Yeah.
flip through some headlines and read some. I'm seeing some messages that I would like to. Somebody says I wish to join the team to Cape Town. Mike, you want to join my Cape Town people?
Kavdi, let's plan a trip to Nigeria.
Why not? Me,
To Nigeria, it's
no,
something
I
that-
even want a Ghana road trip to promote domestic tourism.
Yeah.
So that
Because
we can do that.
Professor Alex Belson, who was ahead of us at Lagos, every year he was in Canada. Every year he chose about 3 or 4 states in the US.
Yes, and then just drove.
Just drive the family.
Yeah.
And he has made 45 states
Fantastic.
in the US
He
since
wants-
he started.
Yes.
And he
That's great.
says he wants to cover the whole
all the
of US.
50. He's got
Yes.
5 more to go.
That is it.
Yeah, so we can
You see-
promote. We can
Yeah.
jump on this and promote domestic tourism.
Yeah,
and just go to all the 16 regions.
I tell you.
Yeah, get through all the capitals.
I
and
tell
make
you.
geography real. All right, great stuff.
Families should embrace this.
I love it. Great
Yeah,
idea from
yeah,
William here.
yeah.
A couple of quick headlines before we bounce out of here. The Finder: Parliament draws curtain on 2023 mid-year budget debate. Police officer, journalist, and lecturer remanded over robbery. What a tag team. Police officer, journalist, and lecturer. Wow. Controller and Accountant General's Department denies pension payments of over 93,000 cedis to 59 deceased pensioners. Okay, dead people are still receiving their pensions. How would they spend it? Gabi replies a Blackwell over 187.3 million Ghana cedi West Blue areas demand. That's in the Finder. The GBC Online: police probe death of woman in Ashanti region. And according to board member of MPA, Dr. Bawumia is a nightmare to the NDC. There's a Ghanaian in the US who has reported Cecilia Dapa to the FBI and IRS and other agencies over missing $1 million. KNUST students stabbed to death by friend over missing T-shirt. The main goal of our road trip was to raise money for charity, says Wanderlust. Ghana. And then Ghana Ports and Harbors justifies tariff adjustments. AMA arrests woman for selling rotten fried chicken at popular bus terminal. So people are working, making sure that our country is safe and sound. Just your quick, brief thoughts on any of those headlines that interest you before we go.
Well, first of all, let me just bring to attention, my brother, that $1.2 billion was spent on the issuance of Ghana card, and that's what the NDC was questioning, because we said that it was contrary to the campaign by the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government in terms of protecting the public purse.
Okay.
If it doesn't know, I just checked. I can show it to you. This is my phone. This here.
Okay.
And so
What's the source?
it is in the media.
Which
This
platform?
is pulse.com.gh. I mean, all the news are there. I mean, I just,
Okay,
so the information is
if you
there.
go to court,
these
can
days,
you use this as
why not?
evidence for your
Why
case?
can't you use that? Is that not record? Is that not why people? Is that not why when there's information put on the media, people want you to be corrected? Are you not aware? Why do
I want to
people
read some
sue-
messages
Okay.
before we go.
You can't use that.
Abdi.
William,
I mean, you can't use
what's interesting for you?
Abdi, I think,
Oh, come on.
let me pick up an interesting headline this morning about the three guys who have stolen some drugs
Yes.
in the
The
is
police
that-
officer, the journalist, and the lecturer.
in Bolga
Wow.
also, and coming from the health sector, I think is something that we are grappling with. Okay, I mean, lack of resources for healthcare, and you are there. You've been put there, and you are stealing the commodities, which is seriously, yeah. And I think Ghanaians, we must all rise against some of these things and not just politicize it. Make sure that we are each other's keeper.
Awesome.
Because drugs that are meant for hospitals for healthcare, and you alone, you're thinking about stealing and going to sell and get money
Not good.
and leave, sick people on the hospital. That is bad.
Very, very
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But what's very good is our messages, and they are here for you. 055-556-1034 CAF. There is a gentleman who drove from London to Accra years ago in his VW Golf. Wish you could talk to him. We'll track him down and speak to him. Mike says, I wish to join the team to Cape Town. I love traveling by road. My last trip was to Nigeria. I can't wait to be in SA. How do I join Kwame and his team? Find them on social media, Wanderlust, WANDER, and Lust, LUST. You will get the details. CAF, please ask Kwame. He's gone though, but how were they able to manage eating? Well, how are they able to store food with them? I'm sure they just packed and then bought food.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm sure that's what they did. Yes, but it's a good question. Good morning, CAF. Where are your Monday guests? The law lecturer, the BA guy. Well, they are in active politics now, actually. So that's Dr. Jinde is going to the Kintapo area, and Bernard is also with the NDC. So yeah, they resigned to go do active politics. Thank you. I think my messages are done this morning, and I'd like to say thank you to my guests, William and Gideon, who came here to sit with us for the conversations on the headlines. Gentlemen, what does the week look like for you? William, what are you up to this week?
Oh, a lot.
How's the MPP action going on? Or what's the
It's going on very
what's
well.
the deadline for the presidential candidates? When do we know who your presidential candidate will be?
28th, we're going for the special delegates.
This month?
This month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's 21 days from today.
Yes.
Okay.
To select the first maximum 5. Okay, and on 4th November, we'll go for the proper delegates conference to select the flag bearer.
Wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Gideon,
Yeah.
when do we get to know who your vice presidential candidate is?
Well, that one we'll leave it for the party to decide. But we this week we'll be reminding Ghanaians of the fact that inflation has increased to 51.1% in 2022, which is unprecedented in the history of Ghana.
We're in
And
2023.
also,
We are in 2023.
of course, we want to say it is high. As at now,
No, we are in
very
2023.
well. But the point is that you must understand that inflation has increased, right? You indicated that one. We also will remind Ghanaians that the city, right, has depreciated, right? And when it was 6 Ghana cedi, it is now almost 13 to 12 Ghana cedi. I mean, I just want to remind you.
No,
All right.
you see, I'm looking at your face, and propaganda is not good on your face, because
Bank of Ghana's printing of money has caused depletion of Ghana's external reserves.
All right, Gideon.
Without and which is actually unprecedented.
Thank you for the reminders.
And so we'll be reminding Ghanaians of all these.
We will also
Yes.
be
Yeah,
telling
so
Ghanaians the
will
positive
just
that
realize
happens in
it is
their
not
lives.
a matter of you taking credit that we should believe in hope. When you brought the mess and you want us to be hopeful that in the near future you rescue, but you put us in the mess. So
I'm hopeful that you allow me to end the show, the segment.
Very well.
Thank
Very
you.
well.
Gideon Tete is a lawyer and a member of the NDC's communication team. And William Frimpong Bonsu is a governance and policy consultant and a member of the NPP's national communication team. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your conversations. Thanks to Kwame Pepra in the UK from Wanderlust on the conversation we just had. We're coming back after the break for a conversation on coups and terrorism in West Africa, the need to take rapid action. Of course, Lyrical Joe will take us into the rest of the morning in an hour's time. I wanted to find out what the update was between Nigeria and USA, but you will get that update, I'm sure, from Thelma. Yes, Nigeria and England, I beg your pardon. Yes, so USA is out, Nigeria and England. I'll get the update for you pretty soon. So you stick around. This is GTV Breakfast. My name is Kaf, and enjoy. Conversations on terrorism coming up next. It's 0-0 right now. Okay, 0-0 so far, with 47 minutes gone.
So there's 2 goals.